You're listening to a Big Gym Nation podcast on the Big Gym Nation Podcast Network. Shout out to Big Gym Nation.
Hello, hello, hello. It's time for another episode of the Cool Podcast. Yay! That's right, we're doing another episode. Thanks for listening in. Thanks to all the patrons. And shout out to Big Gym Nation. We don't say it enough around here, but it's the new network that we're on, and we're proud and we're excited to be on it. And to have the opportunity to podcast in this day and age is a real treat, and it's a privilege to be able to do what I do and to get some financial assistance from the patrons and have people listening and commenting down below and doing all that good stuff. It's just nice. So thanks for listening. It's time to do another episode. It's going to be pretty fun. We got some stuff planned. We got some segments. We haven't done in a while. It's the Cool Podcast. And I'm just going a mile a minute today. I had a little bit of coffee. I had a few M&Ms. And I'm feeling a little bit juiced up, which is good. Sometimes I don't feel like that. Sometimes I'm very sleepy. Last week was a very sleepy episode. Got all kinds of stuff going on. Trying to stay on the hustle and also on the grinding out to get that, to get the paycheck and all that good stuff. So that's what we've been trying to do lately. And luckily today is a little bit more chill. We've got a chance to do a podcast and we're excited and raring and ready to go. So let's get into the first segment. Let's just do it. It's time to do the first segment. Here we go. It's the Podcast Roundup, everybody. Wow! It's the Podcast Roundup. We're going to do a quick one this week because we've been blasting through the pods these last few episodes. And we're going to try to get to some other segments we haven't done in a while. But we've been doing the podcast one a lot lately. We have got some good feedback, though, from head of the network, Big Jim. He really enjoyed the Katherine Schwarzenegger stuff. He's a big fan. He wants more of that. He couldn't stop going on and on about Katherine Schwarzenegger. So we don't have her podcast today, unfortunately, which hopefully that won't get us into any trouble. But it's good to know that he's listening and he's a fan of the celebs, and one in particular. So, as you know, we are on a new network. And there's another network that we used to be on, and they do podcasts too. So we're going to check in with a podcast that's on the network, and it just so happens to be kind of the main guy, a guy that I can't say that I have really direct beef with him. Most of my beef comes from the other guy at the network. But, you know, like we were saying with Katherine Schwarzenegger, she was telling us all about how we need to do forgiveness. So we've been thinking about that. We've been sleeping on that, considering what that would look like for us and the Cool Podcast. So anyway, let's get into this podcast. You know it, you love it. We've listened to it before on the show. It's, now we can say we're not promoting it, we're just listening to it. But it's The Dojo. You know this one. The Dojo with Samurai Kid. Let's see what they're up to on the network over there. See what they're doing. Here we go. And here we go.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy, the Samurai Kid, and you're listening to another episode of The Dojo. We've got a very special episode today for you guys. I'm super excited to have my former longtime gaming partner and close friend, Paul the Pierced Punk. Hey, what's up, Paul?
Hey, what's up, SK? Thanks for having me on today. We've been really missing you out there in the squad lately. The KD ratio just hasn't been the same without you, buddy.
Yeah, man, I really miss going out there and no-scoping the noobs with you guys. But to be honest, I'm having a really great time managing the podcast network.
For sure, man, this is a dope setup you got going on here.
Hey, thanks, man. That means a lot. Okay, so why don't you catch me up on some of the latest gaming news? I've been so busy lately, I haven't had time to keep up.
Oh, wow, man, it's getting crazy out there lately. I'm sure you've heard the big news about Senator Furiosa being banned from Twitch. No one knows what the frick is going on with that. Some people are saying it has something to do with these live streams he did when the virus thing first started. You know, when he went around pranking people, coughing on them and stuff. No one really knows for sure. Also, there's this new gamer on the scene that really is turning heads. Yeah, his name is Chelovek, and apparently he's a Russian gamer. But he uses this crazy voice filter, so people, they don't actually know who he is. He's doing really big numbers right now. Some people are saying they think it might actually be Mr. Rude Guy, which would be really nuts, man.
Can we just... Can you stop the recording? Hey, Paul. Paul, look, man, you know I don't like mentioning him. I don't really...
Oh, frick, I'm sorry, dude. I just thought...
I know, man, but it's actually not cool. I'm feeling kind of frustrated and pissed off. Let's just, did you cut the recording? Can you just freaking cut it?
Whoa, that was... Yikes. That's crazy. He was talking about, well, we can say it now, we're not on the network. He was talking about Mr. Rude Guy, and Samurai Kid got all pissed off. He doesn't like talking about it. And in fact, we got a lot of messages, very emphatic emails about don't mention Mr. Rude Guy, but now we can say it. Finally, it feels so good that we can just say it, and then we're not being censored for our views or the stuff that we say at all. But man, that did not go over too good for Paul the Pierced Punk. But Samurai Kid is like his best friend, so it's probably fine. He just got a little... He doesn't like mentioning Mr. Rude Guy. We can say it all day long. Mr. Rude Guy, Rude Guy, Rude Guy. We can say it all we want. Okay, we're still in the roundup. We're jazzed up. We were just initially... was just going to do that podcast, and man, that was crazy. If you listen to that one, which you just did, we were just going to do the one podcast, but then I was going through the old Gmail, got an ad for a new podcast, and I thought, man, I got to check this one out, because we're doing some of these celeb pods now. Okay, and this is maybe one of the biggest celebs of all time, and it's Michelle Obama's new podcast, and this is the first episode just dropped today. So let's check it out. It's got Obama, both of the Obamas. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. We're loading it up now. We're loading the podcast. It's the first, features the former First Lady diving deep into conversations with loved ones, family and friends, and colleagues on the relationships in our lives that make us who we are. And we're just trying to get it loaded here through Spotify. They've got all the biggest and best podcasts going these days, which is kind of interesting. So let's see if we can get Spotify going, and then we can listen.
Let's just dive in. So we're going to just dive in.
Okay.
We're recording this for the toppers.
I know. I know, it's just funny.
Did you get that without the laugh?
No, I was snickering. I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
Stay sick 'cause I follow my gut. They say,
yeah!
I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry. Stay sick 'cause I follow my gut.
Okay, let's hear this podcast. That was just a little intro.
Hello, everybody.
Here we
I
go.
am Michelle Obama, and this is the Michelle Obama Podcast. You're listening to my very first episode. I want to start by giving you all a little background on what it is I hope to do with this
sound
podcast.
drop there.
And I thought I'd begin by taking you through the journey that brought me here today.
There we go.
It starts back when our family left the White House. For 8 years, my life was full of crazy schedules, juggling, big initiatives, speeches, state dinners, not to mention trying to raise 2 daughters and just keep my head above water. But once Barack's second term ended, the presidency was over. I finally had some time to breathe. So for a few months, the first year really, I spent a lot of time thinking, talking with friends and family, really just being, if you know what I mean. I reflected back on my time in the White House, of course, but I went even deeper. I looked
like
back
our friend
on
Kreb,
the whole arc of my life.
on the deep dish. She went even deeper than that. I like this
In
music.
this first
these little
season,
sound
you'll
drops.
be hearing me talk with some of the people I'm closest with.
She's going to talk to her husband, who used to be the president. So let's fast forward. This is kind of interesting.
I was raised mostly by a single mom and my grandparents until we then moved to Indonesia.
What?
And I had a stepfather, and then Maya, my sister, was born. And then I moved back to Hawaii and lived with my grandparents for high school. It wasn't the classic nuclear family. It was a tight-knit family. The thing that maybe we did share was my mom and grandparents were similar to your parents in really prioritizing kids and thinking that you had to make sacrifices for kids. And so we felt loved and supported. And that's obviously where a community starts. One of the things we've talked about a lot is that one way or another, they didn't have to do it completely alone. There was a neighborhood or a community or
Extended families.
extended families.
All right. Well, that's the Obama podcast. Check it out if you're interested. I liked all the little sound drops in there. That was kind of cool. So anyway, that dropped today. So we had to check that out. Can't really make fun of it too much. So that's that. That's the podcast. And that's the Podcast Roundup, everybody. Our next segment. Let's get in here. We needed to do a sound drop for it, but I forgot to pull one up. So let's see. Anyway, you remember this guy. He was a famous guy. We got in trouble for doing a joke because we didn't really know much about his situation. And that's right, we're talking about John Tesh. Okay, so we're doing the John Tesh segment. It's the John Tesh segment. So we're going to talk Tesh, because we're going to get back into it. We're not going to make any bad jokes about him or anything like that. We're just going to talk Tesh. And I just happened to pick a song because I forgot to pull one up. This is from the album Sax on the Beach. So we're going to talk Tesh, everybody. I went through and I thought, you know what? We said all this, we made this joke, felt bad. It wasn't not a good joke. We didn't understand the situation, that he had cancer, and he's recovering from that, and that's good. So that's not a fun thing to make jokes about, so we don't like that. But we are interested in John Tesh because he has this website and he has all these radio shows, Intelligence for Your Life. All right, and I don't think we're going to do the rest of the sax music. We need something a little more upbeat. But this is the segment. It's all about John Tesh. I went through and read his Wikipedia because I realized I didn't really know anything about him. But he started out doing TV, and then he did music. He did music, but he was most known as being on the Entertainment Tonight as one of the hosts. So that's kind of cool. But Intelligence for Your Life, that's the main thing that he's doing now. And let's see if we've got some Intelligence for Your Life stuff. Intelligence to Go with John and Gibb. That's his sidekick.
So, Gabe, I saw this the other day at the supermarket. I noticed it. The hottest makeup looks now focus on the eyes. Mask-friendly eye makeup has seen a huge move up in popularity on social media.
Yeah.
So on Reddit, searches for eye makeup up nearly 40%. Searches for colorful eye makeup tutorial on Pinterest over 200%.
Yeah.
But this is all we've got.
This is all you got.
This is it, yeah.
You know, the poor lipstick
Wow.
manufacturers who can't sell any lipstick on anybody, and nobody's contouring their cheeks. Nobody's gonna sit there and do like the 2-hour makeup tutorial
No,
where they
somebody might
contour
do
the
that.
cheeks just to go to the mall and cover that stuff up. No,
Now, don't go
Here's
to the
thing,
mall.
though. Here's where we get them.
No one go to the mall, okay? If there's one thing I can tell you right now, listeners, don't go to the mall, for God's sake. Okay.
Permanent
We
makeup
love malls,
face
though.
masks.
And we want to go to the
Look
mall,
like
but we
makeup.
can't.
Oh.
So that, you can't afford lip injections? Doesn't matter. For $10, I'll give you a mask that makes it looks like you have, have lip injections. It's got little implants in it so that when you
Ew.
talk...
Oh, my God. I have the chills right now.
But look, there's a
Nasty.
whole market here. What used to cost, hundreds of dollars, we can do for a couple of bucks
That's
now.
great. That's great. Don't forget to get the Joker look.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Why not?
I know why not.
IFYL.
And John, Tesh, he knows what's up. He was talking about having a mask that makes it look like you have lip injections. What the hell is he talking about? I don't know about that guy. Gib Gerard, this is his co-host. Stress is contagious. Did you know that stress is contagious?
It's true. Stress is contagious. According to a recent study,
true.
just seeing somebody who's freaking out can flood your body with the stress hormone cortisol.
Freaking out.
It's a holdover from our ancient ancestors because if one person flipped out when a rhino charged the village, everybody experienced the same fight or flight response, so the group could instantly go into defensive mode or run away. Today, our physical reaction remains the same, but the danger is more likely to be a jammed copier or a child out past curfew. And if your partner's the one who's stressed out, you are 25% more likely to be
A wife
affected
is
than a
stressed.
stranger would.
You're gonna be stressed out too. Man, this is some good intelligence for your life. Stress is contagious, everybody. What other stuff about John Tesh? He was the host of Entertainment Tonight, which is a show about celebs and stuff. I had one pulled up here.
Night for Monday, July 24th, 1995.
It's John Tesh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Entertainment Tonight. I'm Julie Moran. Mary Hart has the day off.
And I'm John Tesh, and the eyes of the nation are on Union, South Carolina tonight as the jury decides
This is
whether
him.
Susan
It's John
Smith should
Tesh.
live or die. Now, we want to know what you think. You'll have a chance to vote in a special ET poll that's coming up.
But first,
What the
bad
hell?
boy Bobby Brown.
Okay. They're talking about Bobby Brown and also about how someone should live or die. I don't want to hear about Bobby Brown and Whitney. That's sad. Anyway, he was on Entertainment Tonight back in the day. It shows you how much I know about Tesh. Is not a whole lot. I thought he was mostly a music guy. Primarily a music guy. But I guess not.
Business marriages don't last forever. Actress Joanne Whalley-Kilmer has filed divorce proceedings against husband Val
Oh,
Kilmer, star
no.
of Batman Forever. She cites irreconcilable differences and seeks custody of their 2 children.
Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett are
Batman
also
Forever.
among the Marriage Made in Heaven, Now on the Rocks star duos. Now Julia speaks out
no.
about Lyle for the first time in an interview with Bob Goen.
Okay, we don't need to hear about that. That's old news from 95. About all these different celebs that were married and stuff, and now they're not anymore. It's old hat. Let's see what he's got on Twitter. John Tesh. We need to kind of clean up this segment a little bit, get a better sound drop, and try to find some more stuff to read. Anyway, John Tesh's Twitter is it's kind of like his little factoids of the day. This one here from yesterday. During long conversations, occasionally glance down at people's feet. Okay. Now, hold on there. I don't want to imply anything, but you can see where this is going. Research shows feet angled toward you are a positive sign that a person is still engaged in what you're saying. Feet angled away from you means the person wants to escape the chat and move on. Hint, hint. Hashtag IFYL, intelligence for your life. So when you're talking to people, glance down at those toesies and see what they got going on down there. But don't glance too long. you might give the impression about something else. According to a SunTrust mortgage survey, a top reason 1 in 3 millennials give for buying a home is to have more space for their dog. And they're also buying the home so they can have more space for their avocado toasts. Since many millennials, and I just threw that one in there myself, since many millennials are delaying having kids in apartments, often restrict dogs, it makes it more sense to buy a home for dogs to roam. That's right. Well, here's an oral history of Round Ball Rock. That's the other song. And did he? I don't know if he did the Entertainment Tonight song. Maybe he did. Surely. I don't have time to wiki it because the segment is almost over. But this is kind of cool. The oral history of Round Ball Rock. So go check that out. There's the famous story about how he recorded it. He was on the road and he did it into a tape recorder. And so there's a video of him playing the song, playing the recording, and then they do the song, and it's pretty cool. So that's the Tesh segment. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll come back to that one, I guess. I think it went okay. But we've got another segment coming up, and it's a great one, and it's one that you love. And we need to extend that a little bit because we've got to get the full sound drop going in here, and let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. And we're doing it. We're doing the sound drop. Damn it. And here is our next segment. It's Your Gusher is Gross. What? Your Gusher is Gross. Remember this segment? We've done a bunch of these. We've done a lot with our friend Chris Joyce, the Gusher himself, the King. And we've done some different gushes. So I thought, you know what, it's about time. I tried to give a little bit of space and time to see if there were more gushers showing up on the Gusher website. In case you're a first-time listener, Gusher is a website similar to Kickstarter or these other crowdfunding platforms, but it's for startups. And you know, Chris Gusher is a big startup guy. It's for startups. You post your job and then you try to get people to join the team. And there's different roles that they post, and the team members will get a certain percentage of equity in the company. So you basically get some free labor from people who want to sign up. And I can't imagine anybody would want to do this. But if the startup goes and takes off and is $1 million idea, you could stand to make a lot of money. So it's kind of a gamble with your time, which I guess you could do if you're into startups, if you're one of these Silicon Valley types. Anyway, it's Gusher. And one of the Gusher guys, we've got a new reoccurring Gusher guy. We've done 2 of his Gushers. Every time we do the segment, he's got a new one. And we just found another one. So he's in the Gusher Hall of Fame. He's helping keep the website alive. It's Charles Beckwith, and this is a new Gusher. This is a new jam, a new one from old Charles Beckwith.
Hi, I'm Charles Beckwith, and I work in the fashion business. I have a background in media and technology development, and recently I was invited to a fashion technology event at an augmented reality experience space, and honestly, the experience was terrible. And I don't think that where augmented reality is being taken is really anywhere near where it should be going. And I'm very interested in this concept of mixed reality, where we're not just projecting images, we're also doing physical things. And I think that'll involve robotics and some special effects stuff from the movies to really make a cool experience. So I'm looking for a big team to work on this. We need front-end developers, back-end developers, robotics engineers.
Robots.
Lots of people, marketing help. And once we get this thing going, it's going to be really cool. This is a really cool concept. I'd love to talk to you more about it. So click join and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Are you intrigued by the video? I didn't really explain what any of this was. The augmented group is what it's called. Augmented reality with extra reality. So kind of like, sounds like VR. Problem. Here's the problem. All right. You got to start with the problem, and then you get the solution. Problem is AR experiences suck. He ought to hire me to do these videos. I send a message to old Charles. Hey, I'll do one of your videos. AR experiences suck. They aren't immersive. They aren't playable for hours. Or they aren't easy to set up in available spaces. They also tend to be coded for single-use deployments in fixed environments. Well, what's the solution? We need a solution here. Solution is, we're creating mixed reality. A modular, multi-layer interactive augmented reality framework, which will make it easier to scan an environment, deploy interactive elements, and make it playable for a wide variety of applications. Basically, we're building holodecks without the transporter technology. Whoa! The holodeck, that's from Star Trek. A foundational technology with entertainment, healthcare, industrial, educational, and civic applications. Our initial proof of concept will be in the entertainment vertical, paired with a next-generation retail experience, and the underlying tech will be reusable across industries. And Charles, he's an unparalleled expert on the intersection between the fashion business, media entertainment, and technology. He came to the fashion business from the film industry, but retains close ties to media and entertainment. He's a longtime enthusiast involved with the hackers. What? He served as the project's coordinator and expo floor decorator for the Hackers on Planet Earth conference for 6 years. Whoa, so he's involved with the hackers. He's doing tech writing on Medium. He's a strict secular humanist who takes do no harm very seriously. And they need a lot of people to work on this. So that's what that is. It's augmented reality. It's a little bit vague. I thought this sounds like this is a thing that people are already doing. I guess I don't know too much about that. You could do some of this with VR. That's just my armchair tech guy thoughts here. But it's Charles Beckworth. He's a futurist examining the intersection between faith, media, and technology with an eye towards ethics and sustainability. Producer of American Fashion Podcast. We're going to have to check out his podcast. Purity is a bad idea. Oh no. I'm looking at his Medium. And of course he's talking all about blockchain, fashion blockchain startups. What? So we can do that in our blockchain stuff. So it's Charles Beckwith. He is a founder, communicator, and innovator. He's got all kinds of good ideas. He had the Gusher for the talk to the bot whenever you get banned on social media was one of his hits. And then he also has the Pod, which something to do with podcasts. Those are some of his inventions. He's just your average cyberpunk humanist business leader with unique experience at the intersection of fashion, media, communication, sustainability, and emerging technologies. Producer and host of American Fashion Podcast. We've already done podcasts, so we can't do that. He's the CEO of the Pod Corporation. The Pod. Providing smarter, friendlier community engagement tools for influencers. We're looking for podcasters to test our new audience engagement tools soon. Keep premium features unlocked when the platform unlaunches if you're in the selected beta test group. What? Hashtag podcast life. Better get in touch with the Pod Corporation and use some of these tools to help out our friend Charles Beckwith. The Pod was for podcast engagement. Let's see. I've got some other tab. He's got some vlogs about fashion tech guru. Got some vlogs. He's got a website too. It's sort of the overall umbrella of all of his things that he's done. The Pod and the augmented and the bot thing. It's under the big umbrella of Greyland Fireworks Corporation. And it doesn't have to do with fireworks, so that's kind of a misleading name. It's a little overview of his company. Greyland Fireworks Corporation conducts advanced research and developments, launching startups based on new science and engineering innovations to build toward progressive ideas. And it's founded on a vision of a positive future where people and businesses strive in harmony with each other in the natural world. This is a vision that we seek to make in our own time through an ongoing exploration of ethics and balance driven by curiosity. And the keystone of their big philosophy is a dedication to social and ethical progress. All right. So, that's what he's up to, the Greyland Holdings. They do mixed reality. They like to improve the experience of mixed reality, whatever that is. It's very interesting. How close to a holodeck can we be without transporter technology? Our augmented reality group is developing a new hybrid platform to improve commercial experience spaces and training simulators by incorporating robotics and cluster computing. Man, so he's just an idea guy. He's a cyber hacker, and he's coming up with all kinds of new ideas. They want to foster progressive dialogue. He sees a great opportunity in fostering dialogue, so that's the chat bot thing. He's also got stuff with blockchain. There's so many blockchain startups out there. Man, he's got a little bit of everything. It's all in the script. The story is a human invention like no other, and imagination is our greatest natural advantage. Greyland Fireworks Corporation focus here is on developing, securing, shepherding, and packaging original intellectual property for global licensing and franchising. That sounds exciting and cool. So that's his website, Greyland Fireworks Corporation. He's the chairman and CEO. And he's got Rob Sanchez on board, strategic advisor. And then he's also on the Gusher. He must be sort of the behind-the-scenes guy. Greyland Fireworks Corporation. And they've got the Pod, Harmony, which is the automated social media conflict resolution, and the augmented reality group. So I can't wait to see what other projects he's got going on. Let's see, Rob Sanchez, his friend, is a podcast pioneer. He's currently the founding partner of Helios Delph and Cherry and Oak. Interesting. I'll have to check out more about these guys, get into what they have going on. So that's some gushing. That's some gushing that we're going to do. We'll come back to these guys. And so let's do another segmentos. What's the next segment we've got lined up here? And how are we doing on time? It looks like we're doing good. All right, next segment. Let's do the next segment.
It's the Discord dump. The Discord dump.
The Discord dump is the next segment we're doing. And a lot of y'all are in this one. You know about it. You're well aware of the Discord I'm about to talk about, but it's all the rage, all the new stuff that everyone's doing, and it's kind of a weird little place that I don't fully understand what's going on in here. So that's why we got to cover it. We got to talk about it. That's right. We're talking about the Crazy Frog official Discord. Crazy Frog's official Discord. Is that what it's called? It's the Crazy Frog's official server. A lot of weird stuff going on in here. Can't really tell if there. I'm guessing there's some irony involved here. But Crazy Frog started a Facebook, and then it turned into a Discord. Send me your funniest GIFs. CF just posted a new tweet. Crazy Frog. @ True Crazy Frog. This is the person that started it all. Crazy Frog. Crazy Frog's unique vocal performance has made him a successful music artist. crazyfrog.tv. So this is the real deal, I think. crazyfrog.tv. It's got the music, and I don't really know who is behind Crazy Frog. It's like some crazy techno stuff. And there's also videos and a little character. So the Crazy Frog has a Discord now, and a lot of people joined it. And so we're in on it. We're going to see what people are talking about in here. Oh boy, it's the Discord dump. Well, a lot of weird stuff going on in here. Let's see what some of the conversations are. People posting they've got emojis of the Crazy Frog. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding. This person here, Mystic, says, "Fellas, I thought the Crazy Frog died." Oh no. And then someone responded here, Yoshi Kaji Kira says, "I will," and then they said die. So it's getting a little weird in the Crazy Frog Discord. And then someone posted the cricket sound. Crazy Frog's cousin. GT Punk then says, "I've added non-frog collections." And then Satire says bing bong. Orange Juice then says bink bonk. Satire then follows that up with bing bong, wah wah, Crazy Frog stutters and is possessed by a demon, sounds go crazy. Drunk Kleiner posts a little picture of an orange guy with an orange face. Not the president, but the little meme thing says true true. And some other stuff. Can't really make sense of this. This picture from Mario 64. Yoshi Kaji then says, "My dad. Someone stole my hot sauce. What do I do?" Calibra says, "Buy more." Yoshi Kaji says, "I can't. They stole the money stash too." Calibra says, "Buy money." And then Yoshi says, "How?" Calibra says, "Go on eBay and search up money." Yoshi Kaji says, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it." Satire then says, "Imagine not knowing how to buy money." Nene Satur says, "Cringe." Sushi then says, "I still can't get over this. Crazy Frog has a Discord server. Bro." Jazzy Frog Noises says, "Welcome to the future." Satire then says, "If you can't get over it, I recommend going down then. Let's get crazy frogs." So, uh-oh. There's some weird stuff in here. It seems like a lot of these people are in on the joke, I think. I can't really tell. Yoshi Kaji is posting a lot in here. It says, "My dad is one of those overly protective parents who believe if they stop trying to protect me from the sin of the world. We're both Christian, yet in my opinion, no matter what you do, you can't protect your child forever, and sheltering them only ruins their life later on. And in some cases, it can make you want to do so just to spite you. I refuse to be like him as a parent. I refuse to accept him as a role model. What you do for your kids is not force them to comply and stay in line, but instead allow them to see the sin in the world and make their own decision whether to follow it or not." So this is Yoshi Kaji is just opening up and speaking a lot, and really bearing some of their thoughts and feelings and stuff, which people do sometimes. And then Dr. Fisk replies to that. Okay, I'm laughing too much now. Dr. Fix then just replies to that and says, I'm stupid. It's crazy in Discord. This poor guy is opening up about his Christian and his dad and all this deep stuff, and then Dr. Fisk just says, "I'm stupid." Just bizarre. Really bizarre place. I have typed in this channel and done a terrible introduction far too many times. Is what Yoshi Kaji says. I'm interested in this person now. Hope they're okay. Can't wait to play my new Switch with all y'all. I'll see you on the flip side. And this is a video called Gaming Slug.
Yeah! What's up, YouTube?
Okay. I'm afraid if I watch that, there'll be some bad stuff in there. Never know with these internet people, the kind of stuff that they're getting into. We've been in Discord too many times to know that sometimes people will post some stuff that's not too good. Let's see. But there is some crazy frog chat in here. CF chat. Shops Sean says there were a few short videos about Jamba's CF content, but who currently owns those rights? For example, I remember having a sample video of a CF dressed as an angel or devil. And then GT Punk says, yes, Jamba did those GIFs. I think it's Cactus property, but also Wraith's, because he said once that he owned the assets. Wraith said that we're okay with ringtones, so I don't know about GIFs. Shop San says certainly most of them are GIFs. There were also some clips of videos made by Cactus Film. This was accompanied by the original voice. Was this supervised by Mr. Wraith? And his picture of Crazy Frog as an angel with a harp. And then GT Punk says, wait, you have this in HQ? Oh my, can you share this for us? Also, Jamba just photoshopped Annoying Thing video and Eric's renders. That's all. Dude, if you have a lot of these pictures in HQ, send them to me personally in zip, okay? I think it's fine since we're official. I know that you're tough with sharing, but still, it's a rare piece of media for us to preserve. And then Shop Sean says, well, is that so? It may not be the topic to be discussed here yet. I want to keep this topic private until it becomes clear. Delete it once. And then GT Punk says, no, it's a rare piece of media, and we're official. Jamba doesn't own anything anymore. Why do you afraid of it so much? And then Shop San says, I'll send DM on Twitter. Thank you very much, bro. Whoa. So there's some interesting stuff. GT Punk is way about archiving the Crazy Frog stuff. He's received 2 HQ Jamba videos. Man, these people are into archiving the Crazy Frog, that's what we need. We need an accurate archive of the Crazy Frog media. Copyright, hashtag, all that good stuff. Well, we're going to do one more segment. We're going a little bit long, but let's do one more segment. Let's see if I can find the drop here. I'll just edit this part out. What's news? What's the latest in news? This is a segment that we invented about news, because we're not doing weird news anymore. But this is kind of cool, and I looked at this Vice. They have a lot of cool news. And Motherboard is one of their pages. Tech by Vice. Anyway, this is a cool article. It's about this guy is crossing the country in Google Street View, one click at a time. A Harvard sophomore is driving across the country on Google Street View because this is the world we live in now. It's written by Aaron Gordon. On June 19th, Uday Schultz hit the road. The 19-year-old rising sophomore at Harvard decided to spend part of his summer break fulfilling a dream he has had since middle school. He's going to drive across the country. But without a car and the pandemic in full swing, he decided to do it all from his Brooklyn house. So, Schultz fired up Google Street View, plugged in Seattle, and started clicking his way back home. I have felt the pangs of pandemic-induced boredom as badly as anyone. In the World Series of Staring Contests, I'm currently leading my easily distracted cat in a best of 999 series, 131 to 49. But even I never considered driving across the country on Street View. Surely, I thought, Schultz had achieved some kind of pandemic boredom god mode. So this is kind of interesting. I looked through this big old thread of this guy going across Google Street View. Now where is the thread? Decided I'm going to drive from New York to Seattle on Google Street View. Have been considering this since quarantine began, but now I'm finally biting the bullet. And there's a bunch. He's been replying to the big thread with his progress on the Google Street View stuff. So we're going to try to see if we can find the latest post, see where he's at now. He's gone pretty far. Let's see. New York to Seattle. 215 more replies. Holy crap. He might have already made it there. Who knows? Started from Brooklyn. But it's interesting. We love Google Street View. He's got some interesting insights into different things. Let's see what the article says here about this guy. He's taking a northerly route across the country so he can tour some more of the nation's most storied industrial, transportation, and energy infrastructure, a popular passion of his. Takes detours to look at old grain silos, abandoned mine sites, old trains, and anything else that happens to catch his eye. And he's avoiding the interstate because it's boring, and that's true. So that's what does kind of make it interesting. It's got an interesting... he finds different stuff, and we like when people find odd and interesting things on Google Street View. And so I'm just trying to find the latest post here, if you'll bear with me for a second. And let's edit this part out as I keep scrolling, and I couldn't do this before we started. I had to do it live on the air. We're scrolling. Good Lord. There's a lot of tweets in this in his thread here. He's in Wisconsin on July 18th, checking out a nice church. Here he is. He's in Wisconsin. This is last week. Some interesting pictures here. There's a Grand Central Hotel. Doesn't really, you can't really see this, so you're just gonna have to check out this guy at A320LGA, which is I don't even know what that means, but his profile says, "I like trains, opinions mine." He's got some insight into trains and stuff. So anyway, I don't think we're gonna get to the... I just want to see where is he at now, okay? And then we'll end the show. But he's got some interesting posts about this Google Street View stuff. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there to the most recent post. We want to see where he's at in his Google Street View journey. And can we get it? Can we get to the post, for the love of God? Please. Okay. Whew. So he says, earlier today, I guess, realize I haven't done one of these in a while. Progress over the past week has been poor, but such is life. For those interested in timeline, I'd say we're probably 14 to 20 days away from completion. Not that kind of completion. So it looks like he's in Indiana right now. Started in Seattle, driving to New York, and he's somewhere in... No, he's in Ohio. He just crossed over into Ohio, in northern Ohio. Some people listening might know where that, know about that area, but I don't really know myself. He's getting pretty close to Cleveland, looks like. So congrats to this guy. He's getting pretty close to Cleveland. Congrats to this guy for doing a big Google Street View journey across the U.S. If you can remember his Twitter name, go check him out. And I'll go ahead and like the post. Maybe it'll pop up in your timeline. It's kind of interesting. And that's news, folks. And that's pod also. That's the end of the pod. Thanks for listening. We will be back next time with another podcast. And we'll figure out some other stuff to talk about. And we'll just keep on going, keep it moving. Thanks for listening. Thanks to the patrons. It was fun. That was fun. Seeing what the Samurai Kid is up to on his podcast, The Dojo. We got to talk about Tesh. We got to hear some gushers. We love the gushers. And then we got to get into some crazy frogs, some crazy stuff on there. We'll come back to that once we... It's kind of funny over there, which is good. It's kind of a fun place to check out, see what they're doing. So anyway, that's been the podcast. Let's go ahead and go into the outro. Thanks for listening to the show. We'll see you next time on the Cool Podcast, everybody. Bye-bye.
Woo!
Oh, yeah!
You have just listened to a Big Gym Nation podcast on the Big Gym Nation Podcast Network. Hope you liked it. Shout out to Big Gym Nation.
Don't forget to get the Joker look.